and welcome to another episode of Rob's World of Boxing. Let's get it. Alright, I'm gonna get to this fight video, man. It's a big one, people. It's a big one. We got the Ryan Garcia and Tank fight coming up this weekend. So yeah, man. It's a big upcoming weekend of boxing. But yeah, before that, I'm gonna talk about some fights that happened this weekend that passed. And you know, like I said, I'm gonna touch on the upcoming Tank and Ryan fight. A couple other little things we have time. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright. Let's get into the fights that happened over the weekend. Well, it was only one fight. Talk about that card. Alright, it transpired Saturday, April 15th. In London on ESPN Plus. It was a top-ranked card, top-ranked Bob Arum. All those guys. Alright, came on at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It was a 12-round contest. The heavyweight is the big boys. Alright. It was Joyce versus Zhilei Zhang. Joyce was 15-0, 14 KOs. He is from London, so this was a hometown fight for Joyce. Zhilei Zhang was 24-1, 1 draw, 19 KOs, and he's from China. Alright, this was I feel like it wasn't going to be a good fight. I feel like Joyce was, getting provided a layup because he was supposed to be next on Tyson Fury's hit list, So I feel like he was getting provided a layup so he can get to that hit list, and get that fight with Tyson Fury. But, yeah, man, like I said, it was, well, I didn't say it, but it was anything but a layup. Freaking Zhilei Zhang came out hitting hard. You could tell his power was going to be a factor, man, in the fight. Zhang actually wobbled Joyce in the second round. Yeah, man. His power was a big problem for Joyce. Looked like every time he hit Joyce would, feel it and fucking be apprehensive to get in there. You could tell he would, try to throw at his head, turned the other way, and he was on some other shit. You could tell he was affected by Zhilei Zhang's power, nonetheless. All right, Joyce was looking good when he was active while applying pressure on Zhang. He'd throw combinations and move forward. He was effective. But when he be timid and just waiting on Zhang's power, that's when shit wasn't going well. And more than less in the fight, that's what he was doing. He was just sitting and waiting in front of Zhang, getting a pause applied to him. By the sixth round, man, the refs was looking very concerned for Joyce's eye, which had, become very fucking inflamed, very fucking swollen. So, he had stopped the fight, pulled him to the side during the fight, and to examine the eye. Well, after a round, he examined the eye. And then during the next round, he actually pulled him to the corner again during the round, to examine the eye again. And I guess the ref had seen it, it said, like, he even brought the doctor up. And the doctor was like, yeah, no, he can't see, so it was it. Ref called it a fight. Giving Zhilei Zhang the 6th round TKO upset win versus Joyce, man. Zhilei Zhang was a negative 1,100 underdog, man. So that was a big upset, defeating Joyce. Good job, Zhilei Zhang, man. He made up for that from that loss against Flip Haragov. I feel like he could have won that fight. It could have went either way, but they gave it to Flip. So but yeah, he more than made up for that loss with this win versus Joyce, man, derailing his title hopes. And yeah, man, I don't really know what's next for Joyce now. I feel like at 37 years of age, it might be a little late, to restart your career and, get it back on the, right track, man. Freaking I feel like Zhang just took your spot. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in there with Tyson Fury next, I mean, that should be the case. He did win the fight, right? I mean, if he's in there with some Joseph Parker, some top heavyweights. Not saying Joyce can't be in there with the top heavyweights, but I just feel like Zhang should get that title shot now before Joyce. But yeah, like I said, you can't play boxing, man. You can't play boxing, people. Good job, Zhilei Zhang, getting that win. All right, let's talk about the next fight on that card. It was a 10-round contest at lightweight. Lightweight is 135 pounds. You did know. It was Mikaela versus Lucy Wildheart. It was initially supposed to be Mikaela versus Christina Landegardo. I think that's her name, how I'm pronouncing it. But Landegardo, she actually didn't get cleared for the fight. She got pulled from the fight for the at the last minute for a permanent lens in her eye that she's been fighting with her whole career, man. Yeah, but the British Boxing Board of Control decided not to give her a license, so yeah, Lucy Wildheart stepped in. All right, let's get into it. Mikaela was 17-1, 5 KOs, and Lucy Wildheart was 10-1 with 4 KOs. All right, Lucy came out to the Game of Thrones theme song, man. Man, y'all know, well, if y'all didn't, I love the fucking Game of Thrones, so I was, that, kind of put me in Lucy corner. I was like, oh, man, I hope Lucy do well now. She done came out to my shit. Yeah. But Mare ended up jumping out quick, outboxing Wildheart, but Wildheart never stopped coming, man. She showed a lot of heart, applying pressure to Mare. Mare actually got cut over her left eye in the 5th round, but it didn't affect her. Like I said, she was doing a good job of boxing all night, with the cut, without the cut. She did her thing, man. But like, it was a good job from Lucy Wildheart since she was a last-minute replacement, but not good enough. One judge had to fight 98-92 for Mare. Another judge had to fight 98-91, and the final judge had to fight 100-90. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Mikaela Mare, getting that win, getting back to her winning ways, and throwing her name in there, for title contention at her new weight of 135 pounds, So, yeah, good job, Mikaela Mare. She says she wants the winner of Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, She wants that winner because she anticipates there is going to be a rematch, with that. And I feel like, that'd be a good fight for her, whoever wins that fight. I feel like if they don't fight, whoever, one of those ladies would be, great for her anyway. Katie Taylor or Amanda Serrano, since Alicia Bumgarner says she doesn't want to get back in the ring with her. But yeah, money talks, bullshit walks, man. There's enough money on the line. I believe Alicia will hop back in there, man, and put her pride to the side, But good job, Mikaela Mare, getting that win. All right. Hold on. Oh, shit. It's about to show my shirt. All right, that's it for the fights that's happening. That's it for the fights that happened this weekend that passed. Let's get into the fights that's going to happen this upcoming weekend, and get into that big mega fight, the Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, man. Let's get into it. All right, it's going to happen Saturday, April 22nd in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a Showtime pay-per-view event. It's going to happen in the T-Mobile Arena. All right. Like I said, it's going to be a pay-per-view. It's $85, So, yeah, if you can afford it, get it. If you can't afford it, get it. I'm telling you. It's going to be the fight of the century. All right, it's coming on 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a PBC event. PBC is Al Heyman and all those guys. Also, it's a GTD event. I'm not sure if it's still a Mayweather Promotions event, but I know Leonard Ellerby is a part of this motherfucker, so he in it. But I ain't seen Floyd around, so I don't know, But yeah, let's get into it. It's a 12-round event. With a main event, it's a 12-round contest at 135 pounds. 135 pounds is lightweight. If you didn't know, actually, this fight is going to be at 136-pound catch weight, though. So, yeah. All right, it's Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan King Rye Garcia. Gervonta Tank Davis is 28-0, 26 KOs, 28 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'5" with a 67.5-inch reach. He's from Baltimore, Maryland. He's multiple weight division champion. He's been the WBA lightweight champ. He's been the IBF featherweight champ. He's been the WBA junior lightweight champ. And also, he's been the WBA junior welterweight champ. So, yeah, man, he's been a champ. All right. And also, he has, in his amateur career, he was 2012 National Golden Gloves champ. So, Gervonta Davis is highly, highly decorated, man. So, yeah, it won't be an easy feat for his opponent, Ryan Garcia, to beat him. Ryan Garcia is 23-0, 19 KOs, 24 years of age. He's an orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'10" with a 70-inch reach, so he has a big height advantage over Gervonta, but not that big of a reach advantage. 3 inches? So that's something to be, something to note. Ryan Garcia is from Victorville, California. This is his first title fight. They said he fought for an interim. I don't count interim titles. It's too many if you count them. I only count the real titles, man. The 4 belts at each weight. I don't count nothing else. All right. So this is his first title fight, and he's moving up in opposition. Don't care what nobody say. Luke Campbell is not Gervonta Davis. Ryan Garcia is moving up in opposition. All right, but Ryan Garcia is 15-time national amateur champion. So he was a highly, highly decorated amateur. His record as an amateur is 215-15. So he only lost 15 fights, in his amateur career, man. All right. Ryan Garcia, he's very confident that he's going to win this fight versus Gervonta Tank Davis. He's even went so far as to bet his whole purse, against Gervonta's purse, of course, that he's going to win the whole, the fight. So he's very, very confident. It's a bold bet. I wouldn't have did it, but he did it. So let's see if it pay off. Let's see if he's fighting for free. All right. Thoughts on this fight? Man, it's going to be a good fight. I've been anticipating this fight for hella long. So, man, I can't wait, for this weekend. I'm going to buy it, for sure. Going to put back into boxing, man. I know everybody got these streaming services, man. But shit, man, if you want to continue to see the big fights get put on, man, you got to purchase fights like this, man. Don't go stream it, man. Buy the fight, man. And fucking, give back. But, yeah. I just feel like Ryan probably has bit off a little more than he can chew, with his mouth. I don't feel like he's ready. Like I said, he's taking a step up in competition. Gervonta is not Luke Campbell, and I feel like you should have fought a few more fighters above the Luke Campbell level before you got in there with a Gervonta Davis. You know, fought some more, you know, okay lightweights, you know, decent lightweights. But well, he fought Javier Fortuna, but I still would say he should have got his feet wet a little more before he jumped in there with a Gervonta Tank Davis. He has a lot of fundamental flaws, you know, with his game. He doesn't tuck his chin. That's one. He has a pretty decent jab, but he doesn't really have any other tools in his toolbox except that jab and that hook. So I would like to have, you know, seen him add a couple more tools in his toolbox. But I mean, you are what you are at this point. I mean, I guess they're professionals. You know, people can give you different things, trainers, but it's not, you know, a guarantee that you're going to use it in the fight. You might resort back to what you've been doing at this point in your career, man. So he is who he is. So I don't really know on that. But, man, I just feel like it's too soon for Ryan Garcia. And Gervonta Tank Davis is a motherfucking beast. He's very explosive. Yeah, man. Quick prediction. I say it's going to be a good fight until it's not. I say a 7th round KO win for Gervonta Tank Davis, man, getting that win. Feel like Ryan, he probably going to catch Ryan when Ryan, you know, just have a little lapse in focus, you know, and just put his lights out. Put him to sleep in front of all those people. All right, 7th round KO win for Gervonta Tank Davis, in my opinion. All right, let's get to the next fight I want to talk about on the card. It's a 12-round contest at super middleweight. Super middleweight is 168 pounds. If you didn't know, it's David Morrell versus Yamaguchi Falco. David Morrell is 8-0, 7 KOs, 25 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 6'1" with a 78.5-inch reach. Excuse me. He's from Cuba, but he's living in Minnesota, where most of his fights have taken place. His last fight was against Yurbusunuli, who he hurt real bad, man. He scored a 12th round KO win versus Yurbusunuli November of 2022. He sent Yurbusunuli to the hospital with swelling on his brain. Yurbusunuli ended up pulling through, thank God, you know. But like I said, he hurt him real bad, man. All right, his opponent, Yamaguchi Falco, is 24-1, 1 draw, 10 KOs. He's 35 years of age. He's a southpaw, so that shouldn't, well, southpaw versus southpaw. He stands at 6'1" with a 73-inch reach. He's from Brazil, and I've never heard of Yamaguchi Falco. No lie. So, yeah, quick prediction. I feel like it should be an easy night for David Morrell against a guy who's 35 years of age with 10 KOs, so he doesn't have to fear his power the least bit. So I feel like he can walk in and just, you know, do what he do. And if David Morrell can walk in and do what he do, that's a problem. So I say a 4th round KO win for David Morrell, continuing his winning ways. All right, next fight on the card I want to talk about. It's a 10-round contest in middleweight. Middleweight is 160 pounds. No, it's Elijah Garcia versus Kevin Zambrano. Elijah Garcia is 14-0, 12 KOs, 19 years of age. He's 6 foot even. He's from Glendale, Arizona. He's a southpaw. And Elijah Garcia, he's a good-looking young prospect. I've seen him once before, if I can remember correctly. He looked good, man. He looked good. And honestly, he didn't. It's not really jumping out, but I do remember me seeing him. But when I see him again, yeah, hopefully it'll refresh my memory. But I know he's a good-looking young prospect. And his opponent, Kevin Zambrano. Kevin Zambrano is 15-1, 1 draw, 10 KOs. He's 35 years of age. He's Orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'11". He's from Mexico. His only loss came versus Joyce Spencer when Joyce Spencer was 15-0, and that fight transpired September of 2022. And I've never seen Kevin Zambrano in action. I didn't see the Joyce Spencer fight. So yeah. See Elijah Garcia continuing his winning ways in this fight. I say fourth round KO win for Elijah Garcia versus Kevin Zambrano. Getting that win. Oh yeah, Elijah Garcia. Damn. I do know where I remember him from. He defeated somebody he was not supposed to defeat. Damn, who was it? It ain't coming to my mind. If you remember who Elijah Garcia defeated, who he wasn't supposed to defeat, and put his name on the map, his last fight, throw it in the comments, people. Damn. All right. Next fight I want to talk about on the card. It's a 10-round contest at lightweight. Lightweight is 135 pounds. You did know. It's Floyd Schofield versus Jesus Leon. Floyd Schofield is 13-0, 10 KOs, 20 years of age, Orthodox style fighter, stands at 5'7". He's from Jersey City, New Jersey, and he's also a good-looking young prospect. And this will give him some much-needed exposure. Floyd Schofield. His opponent, Jesus Leon. Jesus Leon is 23-1, 2 draws, 19 KOs. He's 23 years of age. He's an Orthodox style fighter. He stands at 5'7". He's from Mexico. And I never heard of Jesus Leon. All right, quick prediction. I feel like Floyd Schofield should get the win versus Leon. But, you know, the Mexican fighters are tough. So, and I haven't seen them, so we shall see. Quick prediction. I feel like it's going to be a unanimous decision win for Floyd Schofield, who's a very slick young fighter, man. He kind of reminds me of I'm not going to say Floyd Mayweather, but he's a boxer like that, you know. He's a good young fighter. So, unanimous decision win, Floyd Schofield. All right, next fight I want to talk about on the card. It's a 6-round contest at middleweight. Middleweight is 160 pounds. You did know. It's Lorenzo Simpson versus Pacino Hill. Lorenzo Simpson is 12-0, 7 KOs, 23 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'10" with a 68-inch reach from Baltimore, Maryland. He's also another good-looking young prospect. This is a step-up fight for Lorenzo. Kind of, sort of, man. All right, let's go to his opponent, Pacino Hill. Pacino Hill is 8-1, 1 draw, 6 KOs. He's 26 years of age. He stands at 6 foot even with a 73.5-inch reach from Davenport, Iowa. And he looked good in his only loss versus Javier Martinez, who was 6-0. When they fought July of 2022, Javier Martinez scored a unanimous decision win versus Pacino Hill. What I do remember from that fight is Pacino Hill got some heart, man. He was making that fight very difficult for a very good Javier Martinez. I didn't say very good. He's decent. You know, they want him. They trying to push him along. This ain't about Javier Martinez. But, yeah, he looked very good versus Javier Martinez. He showed a lot of heart. So, yeah, he's no slouch. But I feel like Lorenzo Simpson should be able to get the job done versus Pacino Hill. I say a unanimous decision win for Lorenzo Simpson, getting that win and continuing his winning ways. All right, next fight I want to talk about on the card. It's a 4-round contest. It's junior middleweight. Junior middleweight is 154 pounds. Did no, it's Zhilei Hackett versus Jason Phillips. Zhilei Hackett is 5-0, 4 KOs, 19 years of age. He's Orthodox style fighter, stands at 5'11" from Washington, D.C. He could be the biggest name to come out of Washington, D.C. since Lamont Peterson, if he lives up to his potential, that is. Because he's another good-looking young prospect. Pause for all that. Good-looking, yeah. All right, I've heard a lot about Zhilei Hackett, but honestly, this is going to be my first time seeing him in a whole fight. You know that I seen him in a prelim fight. I've seen a little bit, but I'm looking forward to watching the whole fight, this fight, man, and see what he really has to offer, man. But what I did see and what I've been hearing, he's a good-looking young prospect. I just get to it. So, his opponent, Jason Phillips. Jason Phillips is 3-3, two draws, no KOs. I repeat, 0 KOs. He's 22 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'11". He's from Davenport, Iowa, and I've never heard of Jason Phillips. But I feel like Zhilei Hackett will get the job done. Fuck should versus of a guy who's 3-3 with 2 draws with no KO, so no power. So yeah, I got my money on Zhilei Hackett. I bet the house. I say second round KO win for Zhilei Hackett. All right, that's it for that card, man. It's gonna be a hell of a card just with the main event alone, though. The undercard, it's all right. It got it ain't no co-main, but the fights directly, a fight leading directly to the main event, it's okay fight. I can think it got who's in it? Freaking damn, fucking his name. Damn, how the fuck I forget? He done lost like 22 fights. I forget, but it's an okay. It got some undefeated fighters on the undercard. Oh, Gabe Rosado in the direct fight before the main event. And he's fighting, I forget who he's fighting. You also got Vito Menelicki Jr. on the card. You got some good fighters on the card, man, who's lost already, though. And you know how I love those undefeated fighters, man. And like I said, they got a couple young undefeated fighters on the card, man. Like I said, the card is okay, but the main event makes up all that. So it is what it is. All right, let's get into the next fight I want to talk about on the card. Well, the next card I want to talk about, because that card is over. So the next card I want to talk about. All right, it happened Saturday, April 22nd in Cardiff, Wales. This is the DAZN card. All right, DAZN is Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, all those guys. It's a title fight. It's for the IBF 130-pound belt. Let's get into it. All right. It's a 12-round contest where the main event is a 12-round contest at junior lightweight. Junior lightweight is 130 pounds. If you did know, it's Shakadazan Rakamoof versus Joe Cordina. I'm going to call that boy Shav Rakamoof. Shav Rakamoof is 17-0, 1 draw, 14 KOs, 28 years of age. He's a southpaw. He stands at 5'8.5". He's from Tajikistan. Never heard of Tajikistan. I don't know where the hell that's at. Thought I heard it everywhere, but I guess I have it. All right, and he's been champ for only 5 months. He became champ by beating Zelva Barrett when Zelva Barrett was 28-1 via 9th round KO win to win the vacant belt over Zelva Barrett. Shav Rakamoof. Let's get to his opponent. Joe Cordina. Joe Cordina is 15-0, 9 KOs, 31 years of age. He's an Orthodox style fighter, stands at 5'9" with a 69-inch reach from Cardiff, Wales. So this is a hometown fight for Joe Cordina. He's a 2016 Great Britain Olympian. Joe Cordina. I feel like for some reason they've been trying to push Joe Cordina along out there in the UK this whole time. You know, probably because he was an Olympian. I'm not too versed out, in the UK boxing scene. I'm trying to get better in it. But from what I have been getting, I've been feeling like they've been trying to push Joe Cordina along. And I feel like this is no exception. I feel like they're trying to make him champ. Anytime they go grab a guy who just got a vacant belt, he's only been champ for 5 months. You don't even let the belt ain't even got comfortable around his waist. And he's getting thrown in there with a Joe Cordina. I feel like they trying to get Cordina that belt. But it might backfire, because he's 17, Rakamoof is 17-0 with 14 KOs. So he only hasn't KO'd 3 people he's been in the ring with 4 because he has a draw as well. So he only hasn't KO'd 4 people he's been in the ring with. So might backfire, and Joe Cordina might go to sleep because he's not the most skilled from what I've seen. And yeah, he's been pulling it out. But it's boxing, man. You can't play boxing, and they only can push you along so far. You gotta do the job. But I feel like he will and he should do the good job versus Rockamove, a guy who I haven't heard of, but he has he looks great on paper and he is the champ. So I'm gonna put some respect on his name. But I feel like Joe Cordina should get the job done. I say a unanimous decision win for Joe Cordina, becoming the new IBF 130-pound champion, getting that belt. All right. That's it for that fight card. They got another title fight on the card. It's a women's title fight. I forget which weight. Now. I think it's for a vacant welterweight belt. I'm not sure who's the women. I'm not gonna get into it. If you're interested, check it out, man. Throw it in the comments why I should have been talking about it. But yeah, it is another title fight on the card. But other than that, the card is poo. So yeah, I ain't gonna get into it. All right, that's it for the fights happening this upcoming weekend. It's gonna be an explosive weekend with the Ryan and Tank fight, man. And yeah, fuck it. That's all you need. So yeah, check it out. All right, other news. It looks like Jamal Charlo got 20K on Ryan Garcia versus Errol Spence, who has 20K on Tank. So everybody's betting on this fight, man. It's gonna be a big money fight for Vegas. It's gonna be a big fight. It's highly anticipated. I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be there. The who's gonna be there. Ryan Garcia was actually on Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, and he was telling Mike like, "Hey, Mike, I can get you you and your family some tickets to the fight." Mike was like, "I'm already gonna be there, nigga." What do you say, nigga? We already coming. The whole family, nigga. We coming already. So everybody gonna be there. You know what I'm talking about? So don't miss it, man. Also, if you into those play fights and all that shit, man, Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz has been scheduled, man, for August 5th, 2023 in Dallas, Texas. I guess Jake Paul didn't want no more smoke with Tommy Fury, Tyson Fury, brother. And he don't want no more smoke with the real boxers, man. He just trying to make that bread and get out the way, which is a smart move. I do the same shit. Let me get in there with you. I'm a YouTuber. I get in there with you, boy. I beat your ass too, guaranteed. But yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, people. Rob's World of Boxing. Yeah.